Today you find me talking on a topic that is very unusual for me. Being in YouTube almost 2 years, I've come across a personality that I had to do a lot of research and study on because it was very unusual for me. It's the narcissistic person, and I'm going to share with you lessons that I have learned. Everybody, and welcome to Heart with Tessie. And today I'm going to touch on a subject that is really unusual for someone of my type of channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about narcissistic people. Yes, my friends, we are going to talk about a narcissistic person and the lessons I have learned and the things I have learned about this fascinating personality of narcissistic people. I never grew up around anyone narcissistic. My life, although was challenged with different people with different personalities, I never really went face to face with someone who has a narcissistic personality. It wasn't until I first started my YouTube channel that I realized that there are so many personalities of different people. For the course of almost 2 years now, I've been faced with 4 narcissistic people that have come onto my channel in a real personal way. In the beginning of my channel, I was really sheltered. And when somebody would come on with a very mean and really unusual comment, I was taken aback and I was really worked up by it. In fact, there were many nights I couldn't sleep because I just didn't understand why somebody would post such a weird, unusual, and very degrading comment for no reason at all. And within the last 8 months, I have really dug deeply into the topic of narcissistic people in order to understand them better, in order to understand the people who watch my channel, or like me, which we call an empath. We're very kind to each other. We are very gentle-spirited. But every once in a while, I will stumble upon someone who's narcissistic. So what does a narcissistic person say? Well, let's see. A narcissistic person will say, I don't understand you. Why don't you change your accent? Please change your voice. Or, you are so annoying. Do you always have to talk that way? I don't like it. Or, I don't understand why you do this, why you do that. Stop doing that and do it another way. So what is the difference between a narcissistic comment and someone who's actually giving healthy criticism? So this week, I've had some really healthy criticism. And one would be, hey Tessie, maybe you want to make sure that you preheat your solar oven first before you put the chicken in it, because that chicken is sitting a long time before the oven is hot. That is a healthy comment. That is a healthy criticism. And that is a welcomed comment because that teaches me, helps me learn, helps me grow. Another one is, hey Tessie, maybe you want to put a thermometer in your chicken just to make sure it's cooked the full 160 degrees. That's another healthy comment. That is a comment that is giving you healthy criticism. In other words, it's a teaching comment. Telling someone that they have to change their accent or telling someone they have to do this and have to do that is not a healthy comment. In fact, it's a narcissistic comment. The fact that you are going to see some thumbs downs on this video, the people who are thumbing down this are narcissistic. Because in the thumbing down of a video, it brings them just for a moment a tinge of great happiness because they've done something to reflect negativity towards someone else. About 1.5 years ago, I started getting a comment from someone. Every single video I did, she had something negative to say. Your lighting is too dark. Your sound is too loud. Your sound is too soft. And the list goes on and on and on. So I blocked her. And then 3 months later, I thought, well, you know what? Let me unblock her because that is my nature. So I unblocked her. Immediately the next day, on and on again. Your video is too dark. Your sound is every single video I did. She had something so negative to say on things that really didn't matter and things that I really couldn't change. She seemed fixated on these things, and once again I blocked her. For a whole year I blocked her. And then last week I thought, well, she's not around anymore, I'll go ahead and unblock her. And once again, immediately it was the same thing. So what drives a narcissistic person to do such things? A narcissistic person will oftentimes pick on someone else they feel is vulnerable or weak. Our narcissistic person will oftentimes cling themselves to an empath, someone who shows feelings. Our narcissistic person does not show feelings of emotion like crying or feels empathy for others. Our narcissistic person can say things and have no regrets or no ill feelings at all whatsoever after they say it. So for instance, if I would say something really mean and unkind to someone else, I would really feel bad about it afterwards. In fact, I would feel really sad. A narcissistic person does not have these feelings. I've studied for months and months and months on this very fascinating personality. And though I don't know the whole ins and outs of it, I do understand it fully. I do understand it much better. How about the comment, I wish you would share from your heart instead of reading a transcript. Transcript? Where'd that ever come from? I've never read a transcript in my life. Everything I do is pretty much off the cuff. Now I will have a topic in my mind and I will play it in my mind. So as I'm speaking now, I'm thinking of what I want to say next. But never on a transcript. Oh yes, I have a paper right here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hi everybody. I'm Homestead Tessie. I don't think so. A narcissistic person really doesn't make much sense. And even though there is nothing on a video that would be deemable to be criticized, they always find something wrong. Wait a minute. There must be a fly back here. Or, oh, they see a spider. Let's give that a thumbs down because we don't like spiders. I laugh because I really conquered all of this. And I don't mind the narcissistic comment. In fact, this video probably will get one because I'm making them uncomfortable. A narcissistic person lives in their own fantasy world. In other words, they hear things in their head and they believe it so much that they believe it's true. It's not their fault, it's just the way they're wired. So they will hear someone say something to them, take it totally the wrong way, and they will fester that for years. And it's all made up in their head. They will make things up to prove their point, but the things they make up are so not true. They are so far-fetched from the real truth or reality that it has become their reality. I'm very thankful that I have not had to deal with personally, other than YouTube, a narcissistic in my life. I don't have the answers of how you are to be in a narcissistic person's life. I would not even want to even stumble upon that subject. And I pity anyone who has a narcissistic person that is in their life, that it's there to stay. That would be really hard. In my situation, I'm very thankful because I can push them kind of people to the side. It's no one that is in my relationships that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Today I'm going to read from some notes because I wanted to share something with you a little bit about narcissistic personalities. So I wanted to read with you just a few things on what the experts say because you know I'm not an expert. A narcissistic person is self-centered, arrogant thinking and behavior. They have no empathy for others. They're cocky, manipulative, selfish, patronizing, and demanding. Their way of thinking is everything in their life. So it's not just a certain thing that they think about, it's everything in their life. They're superior than anybody else. They think their way of doing something is better than anybody else's. And heaven forbid if somebody else does something that they have done. Oh boy, is that a bad one. They crave attention and affirmation. They want people to say, you're the best, you're the greatest, you're everything. They fixate on ordinary things and they make them so they make a mountain out of a molehill. In other words, what my daddy would say. They blame everything on somebody else. You never see tears coming from them, very seldom. And if they are, they're not real tears. And if they see someone else showing emotion, they oftentimes will make fun of that person. But they'll never be fulfilled in life. How do you treat with a narcissistic person? This is something I know a little bit about. In the beginning of my YouTube, I really wanted to combat that. I really wanted to, hey, let's work this out. Let's talk about this. Let's get this straightened out. And it always made it worse. To dealing with a narcissistic person is, do not ever argue with them. Do not ever confront them. Do not ever try to associate with them. Do not ever try to explain yourself to them. Because the more you explain yourself to them, the worse they're going to attack you. The best thing with a narcissistic person is to always, always, always walk away. If you can. Walk away, let them do their thing, and move on with your life. So, my question to you, my friends, is, have you ever dealt with someone narcissistic? I like to hear your stories. On my Heart to Hearts on Sundays, I'm going to be touching on topics that are maybe a little bit unusual for this little homestead girl. But I want to reach out and share with you parts of my life that I'm thinking about. I wanted to share with you something a little different. I wanted to share with you something that I'm facing and things I'm learning. And I want you to share with me, have you ever dealt with someone narcissistic in your life? And what did you do? And what do you do? How do you deal with it? I learned for me, it's just sharing my kindness and love to everyone and just letting those type of personalities go their own way. I'll never be able to create peace with them. I'll never be able to explain away anything with them or try to have some kind of a peaceful situation. So the best thing is to stay silent and to just let them go on their walk and let me go on my walk. But I am really fascinated with the whole personalities. There's so many of them, and we were going to touch on some more difficult personalities. And we are going to see what we can learn from them. Because a narcissistic person, I really learned a lot from these few trolls that were in my life. And like I said, I call them trolls not because of healthy criticism. I call them trolls because of the negativity of things you just can't change. I think I'm going to keep my Dutchified accent. I think I'm just going to stay just me. And the funny thing is, if a narcissistic person doesn't like a certain video, why do they keep watching? That's a question maybe we should ask a narcissistic person. Why do they watch videos they do not like? Because they like to give them a thumbs down and it helps them feel so much better. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And I want to hear your stories. Have you ever had someone narcissistic in your life? And what things can we all learn from them? Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!